Hey y'all, welcome to the Makeup Rewind. I'm Dulce, your host. I don't know if you guys have seen the new Melt palette that came out. I think it's called Amor Eterno or something like that, but it's gorgeous and it looks like this. I am very curious to know if it is the same formula because I feel like it looks a lot like a mix, like a remix of the Muerte palette and the She's and Parties palette. I think it's a mixture of those. So just to get like the vibes of that palette so I can get out of the mindset of I need it, I'm gonna play with what I have, which is the Muerte palette and the She's and Parties palette. From what I know, if you missed out on the Muerte palette, the Wilderness palette from Beauty Bay has very similar vibes, so you can get around the same looks that you would with the Muerte palette. So I guess if you guys missed out on the Muerte, you can satisfy that with the Wilderness, like I'm trying to satisfy with the ones I have. Yay, full circle. Alright, so how are you? I made the mistake of not laying out my beauty tools today, but I did save you from the details of my eyebrow stuff. So I had to plug my eyebrows. They were getting very sad. So I'm going to prep my skin with this guy because I'm going to be out in the sun all day. Today I'm going to the Ren Fest. This is my friend. I love plushies. She is just one of them. Oh yeah, and you can see that one up there too. This basically flew out of my hands as if it was a fish that was still alive trying to get back in the water. But anyways. So yeah, we're going to the Ren Fest today. I am not going to get a turkey leg. One of our listeners was kind enough to donate some tickets to us, so we're going to go and we're going to use the tickets that we did buy, and we're going to take my nieces. One is 14 and the other is 16. They're very driven young women. One is studying to be a vet. Already she is on the path to be a assistant vet tech by the time she graduates. And the other one, I feel like if she really wanted to, she could get like on a sports scholarship and essentially do whatever she wants to do. I mean, it's true that, she's 14 years old now. She has time to figure out what it is she wants to do. But I think, and I may be mistaken, that if you're going on a sports scholarship, you have to go to school immediately after. Again, I could be wrong. It's been years since I've been in school. I wasn't educated enough to know that I had the opportunity for scholarships myself, so naturally I don't know very much about them. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of them. I love talking about them as if they were my own children. I like to talk about my nephew as well. He loves sports. He's in several kinds of sports like basketball, flag football, and baseball. And he loves it all. When he was a baby, my sister used to put him in a high chair to eat his food, and she would plop him right in front of the TV to watch sports, because that's all he wanted to watch was just sports. Really sweet. But anyways, so they're coming with me. I asked my sister if either one of them had gone to the Ren Fair before, and she told me that the oldest one had, but I'm not sure what weekend she went because each weekend has a different theme. But she said that she did go, but the oldest one has not been, and Adam has not been either. So that'll be a really cool bonding opportunity for both of them. What I really like about my husband is that he makes the effort to, and he's very like, when it comes to the girls, like he's sort of in tune and sort of like checks in with them to see, if they're good, or if what kind of mood they're in, and then he'll tailor to that, you know, which I think is really cool of him. He loves my family as much as I love his family, and I guess it's just our family now, so I'm very lucky in that. Anyways, enough about my personal life and how much I love my husband, because I'm pretty sure you guys are not here for that. So this is just, oh, what I was using on my brows was the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and this is the primer that I still have not gone through, Natasha Denona. Yes, I understand my nails are a mess. When I'm done filming, I'm going to fix that because my toes are atrocious. I paint my own fingernails. It's the last time I got them done was when my nail got ripped out of my nail bed. Have I told you that story? Yeah, so this nail right here, the whole thing ripped off. The good thing is that it wasn't painful at first because it got ripped off because my nails, I wanted to have bad bitch nails. Sue me. I wanted to have bad B nails. So these hoes were like this long. And we were, you know, doing, we were out in Florida on vacation, and they took us to this, I think it's called Crab Island, where it's like in the middle of like the ocean. The floor is very shallow at this point, and in that area they have these inflatables. So we were on those inflatables, and there was this big old slide. I did not want to get on. I was scared, and I should have listened to myself. Always listen to your what I know now as my survival instinct. It was telling me, that's not for you. But my sister kept on bugging me, and so did the kids. They're like, you need to get on this slide, it's so much fun. I said, fine, let me jump in. Well, when I was about to slide off, I hesitated, and I grabbed onto my sister because we were going to slide down together. And when I grabbed her, this got torn this way, and it was hanging on by a thread. I was in the worst mood after that, naturally. I went straight home after that to our Airbnb. So then, I didn't want to talk to anyone. And it was a family vacation. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I was so upset. And I was, oh God. I don't regret the way I acted. Because, I mean, it's not like I cursed anyone out. I just didn't want anyone to speak to me. I wasn't hearing it. No, thank you. The next day we went to the urgent care, and the doctor had to rip it off, and she did. And that was in the end of July, and only now is it long enough to do this, to scratch, because before it's so short that it just rubs, but now I can actually scratch, and now we're in mid-November, so that's how long it took my nail to fully grow back. And this is the first time I've actually painted it, because there's actually a nail there to paint. So if you're gonna be doing a lot of water sports, like if you're gonna go to the beach but you ain't gonna get in the water, get your bad B nails done. But if you're gonna be in the water, just know there's a high possibility that you might lose a nail. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So let me speed on through, because that story time took a little longer than I thought. So we're just gonna speed here. So, I know I'm not done yet, but because I'm still new at this, I just wanted to recap what it is that I used. So, the brushes, they're a hodgepodge of things that I've collected over the years, like from Alamar Cosmetics. That's the one that I'm using, the flat brush I'm using. The brush that I'm using on the edge, which is this guy right here, is just a Morphe brush with a tiny little tip right there that I use, which is perfect for like drawing. You're essentially drawing on yourself. And then these bad boys are from Sigma. Just a blender brush, and this is the E25. What I use on my edge is the color Mean Streak right here. And this color right here, Lost Control. This really cool dark blue is called Duelo. And this one right here is what I use in my inner corner. It's called Lágrimas. So that's what I use. And now what I'm going to use on this side, like in the middle, is going to be a color called Angelito. And I'm not sure how it's going to go because I have this liquid eyeshadow from Sydney Grace, and I want to use that as well. So now I'm just I'm playing scientist here to see how these colors mesh together, and we'll see how that goes. We'll just speed through this real quick. So just so you guys know, this is the one that I'm using right now. It's called Wish from Sydney Grace. I haven't used a liquid eyeshadow like this in a while. I don't even know if it's gonna work, if it's gonna mess everything up, but we'll see. And whatever whatever it ends up being, I'm gonna end up keeping it. So let's just hope it turns out good. Oh, that's nice, actually. And I'm just using very light, like I'm doing like tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. On the lid. I'm not going to use that much because I feel like it adds texture to my lids. Just wiping the excess off the back of my hand. Just tapping slowly so that I can move the product around so I can control it better. Oh look, this one has more than this one. Or it's not that it has more, it's just spread out more. So I'm going to try to match it up with the other side. I think that turned out okay. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Okay, so let me retire these brushes and start on my liner and stuff like that. I'm going to keep this though, because I'm going to use it for the bottom part of my eyes. Let me just get like a quick glance of, is it even or not? It's pretty even, yeah. So right now it's probably like, oh my god, what's up with her eyes? You gotta trust the process, you know? I was looking for a dark purple, but I think what I want to do, and this is from Pat McGrath, the black kohl liner. I think what I want to do is use the black, but use Mean Streak from She's in Parties to like sort of smoke out the line, you know? So that way it's not like a straight up black. It's like a black with a little something. You know what I mean? And I should have kept the line just on the outside because my eyes are so small. But that didn't exactly work out that way. Now I'm just connecting. I'm noticing that there's a height difference here. So now I'm just working in the shadow to connect them. And there it is. Now it looks like it was supposed to do that. like I did it on purpose. Time to store those. And next what I'm going to do is use the Pretty Natural from Essence in the shade Warm Desert. And I'm also going to mix two concealers. One that's my skin tone. This is from Juvia's Place. This is number 13. And this is I think this is a Giorgio Armani Power Fabric in the shade number 6. So I'm going to do concealer first. That's just the way that I do my makeup. I just do it that way, okay? I can't really explain why I do it this way, but the reason why I mix those two, is because in my head I think that it's not brightening too much, just a tad, which is why I mixed the two. I just repeated myself in like the most elaborate way. And I'm just using a Dermablend, I think it's Dermablend? Yeah, Dermablend, what is this? Brush. I got it for free. I think it might have been like a part of my gift from Ulta. But I'm using that to blend out everything, to clean up everything, if you will. So now it looks like this. How do you like my amateur makeup? It's not bad, is it? I mean, maybe just a little. Here we go. Oh, sorry, you can't even see what I'm doing. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I guess this is what happens whenever you don't wear makeup in a while. You kind of just lose your touch, huh? Yeah. So for the rest of the face, I hate, I'm like dodging cat hair. Oh my god. And we have a air purifier now. But pork chop just sheds so much. And it's everywhere. And it's not her fault. She just has a really thick coat. We can't fault her for that. She was born that way. She was born a beauty that way. You feel me? Alright, and that's that. So the reason why I find, see, I'm like looking for pork chop hair, because I'm like, I feel it, so I found it. So yeah, now I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eyes because it creases so fast, and nothing to do with the programs that I use, nothing to do with the products that I use. It's just a part of life. Pork chop hair. Oh my god. Look, if you have pets, you know what's up. I mean, what am I gonna do? You know, I'm not getting rid of her. I'm just gonna have to learn to live with it. And she's still young. I think she's only like 4 years old. So if I'm not used to it now, I got time to get used to it. Because pork chop's gonna live forever. I refuse to think of a life without pork chop. I had a cat before. His name was Chief. He was my first cat. When he passed, let me tell you, I had a meltdown. And the only thing that would make me feel better was digging a hole for him myself so that I could bury him. And the day after, my back was killing me because I'm not used to that kind of strenuous exercise or lifting or motions or whatever. Oh, and I set my face with the Fenty powder and banana, by the way, loose powder. And this is the Rare Beauty mascara that I just bought that I'm really excited to see if it crumbles on me or not. I'm hoping it doesn't. But anyways, so yeah, I spent I don't know how many hours just in the back crying, sobbing while I'm digging this hole. Sorry, cut off. Anyways, I was back there for hours crying and digging this hole at the same time, while people would, like my family would go back there periodically and be like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not okay. Just let me dig this hole." Yeah. Therefore, pork chop's gonna live forever. I don't know, guys. What do we think? Lashes or no lashes? Let's do another coat of mascara and see how we feel. Oh, honey. We should have only did one coat. Because they're starting to get spidery. You know what? For comfort's sake, because we're going to be out and about, no lashes. You know what I will do, though, that I stupidly forgot to do? Line my top lid. I'm going to use the NYX Epic ink liner, but I'm only going to line very, very, very thin. To give the illusion that my lashes are actually thicker than they are. Okay. And they are lined. You're probably like, what was that for? There's no difference. But there's a difference to me. And I'm just doing my bottom lashes with, what is this, the MAC Extend and Play lash. Could speed this up. I'm gonna be a while. Okay, going to do is bronzer. I'm going to use my Marc Jacobs Tantastic. I think that's what the name of the bronzer is. It's, yeah, Tantastic. It's the Omega bronzer. It was on sale, okay? I know it's normally expensive, but it was on sale. So I had to get it. After I'm done doing my makeup, I'm going to wash my brushes because they have just been, like, I'm on my last ones and the dirty ones have just been sitting. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, Dulce, why did you do your makeup so flamboyant? Well, look, if I could do my makeup like this all the time, I would. But especially now that we're going to the Ren Fest, I want it to be out there. It's almost like an excuse to go more out there than usual, which makes me kind of sad that I don't have jewels to put all over my face. So that sucks. So we're going to be using this guy right here, the Super Shock Cheek in High Five. I think this might have been in that collection, that grungy collection, where everything was burgundy. So I'm just using, I think this is a Sephora brush. And I'm going heavy, okay? I am going heavy on this blush, because I want a heavy blush look, which I really dig. This is generally the blush that I use when I want to go, when I want to be out there. Like, I want it to be in your face, you know what I mean? Because it has like sparklies. And I've already like hit pan on it. It's very messy. It's like a putty texture, so. And lastly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a flayed Morphe brush, and I'm going to be using the Geo4 Mars Melter highlighter from Kaleidos to finish her off. And I'm just going to put this wherever I want. It's going to go in here in my brows, because why not? Because today I'm a fairy. I'm a fairy, okay? I am a fairy. Heck yeah. Alright, let me finish her off with some Smashbox setting spray. I'm actually thinking about darkening my eyebrows a little more. I don't know, what do you guys think? This is the process. This is a part of the process. Anyways, let me set my face real quick before I forget to do that. Whoa. Anyways, that's the Smashbox setting spray. The Photo Finish setting spray. But I think this is where we're gonna call it quits. I'm gonna go clean up the bathroom a little bit, get dressed, head out to the Ren Fair, and we are gonna vlog that, so we're probably gonna end up putting it on our vlog channel. So if you want to check that out, I'll let you know when it's out. So I'll see you on the next one. Okay, hope you like the makeup look. Definitely not a pro, but I don't know, it just makes me feel ethereal. So anyways, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye.